When they killed John the Baptist, Jesus left town, just like admin left the group. But if you look at the old story, you know that John the Baptist has finished his course. He has introduced Jesus, and that's the end. Don't be emotionally attached to what used to work and try to force it to work. You'll be frustrated. At some point, Elijah will have been frustrated in the brook. You know, it was God that provided the brook. You know, it was God that was sending ravens to him to be fed in the brook. Do you remember? But do you know the brook dried up? It dried up. And I'm sure as the brook dried up, the ravens stopped coming. But you know what helped Elijah? He listened, and God said, I prepared a widow of Zarephath. It's amazing how God has prepared somebody who is frustrated to take care of you. You know that Zarephath will have had a rich man. I thought he would have been a rich man of Zarephath. Why is it that he's the widow of Zarephath that God has prepared? Look at who God has prepared. Though. When Elijah met who God has prepared, what did she have? He said, just a meal, just for me and my son to eat it. And what? Except if you doubt God. We go to those who God has not prepared for us because of what they have. And we pass by the people that God has prepared. So of the level they have, what they have. It's amazing how people indirectly worship the God of Mammon unconsciously. Because you just believe this person is the one that has the capacity. Are you sure he has the capacity? What if he has the capacity and he doesn't have the willingness? If you are Elijah now and you hear that God has prepared a widow, you first laugh at God. You know the same Bible depicts widow as the helpless, the poorest, and that they need to be assisted and need to be helped. But at the same time, God used the same Bible to teach us that to be generous, you need to learn the stories of widows. You know, if you are having troubles with the fact that you are not obedient, you are judging yourself, you are condemning yourself, you are always breaking your own rules, you are not good enough for God, that's the way you think, I want to tell you that God even blesses those who are sinners. And if some of you think that it's because you are holy and that's why you should be blessed, because you sacrifice this, you sacrifice that, you have labored this, you have labored like that, and then you have had a walk with God, and by now things should be straightening up, and then I should be counting my blessings, and things are not happening. Oh God, what's going on? And you are using that to protect. I want to show you, God does not need your faithfulness to bless you. Does that mean that God does not need faithfulness? He needs faithfulness. But it has nothing to do with the way you live your life, whether holy or unholy. You see, when we are talking about the goodness and the benevolence of God, it has no condition attached to it. Paul wrote in Romans chapter 8, he said, if he has given us a son, how shall he not freely give us? Do you remember freely give us? How many things? All things. So freely give us means that with no condition attached to it. In Matthew chapter 5, the Bible talks about you should love God, you should love people, and let your love exceed the love of the Pharisees and all that, like your God. That your love should be perfect and mature. He said, for your God, our God, allow rains to fall on the sinners and the saints.